Hello everybody, how you going? Wherever I travel, I take my little backpack. That's everything. My towel, as you saw in the pictures before. And I like to carry my tube of Vegemite. It's like kaya butter from Malaysia, it's a special spread we use. I'd like to start by giving you a warning. 2 warnings. Firstly, the travel bug. It's very contagious. I have it. You may get it simply by watching these slides. Do not watch these slides. Secondly, I have notes. And I don't have a clip on. Remember I told you not to watch the slides. Annyeong haseyo. Konnichiwa o genki desu ka? Wan jing ni hao ma. Alles gut. Random Germans in the house. Yaksimata, yaksimash. Hejhur murdu, zdrovi. Привет, как дела? Hooray, we're hooray over here. Yasu dikaniz. Salam alaikum, salam shuktori, marhaba, nasir sinsi, sawadee krap. There are lots of different ways to say hello. Oh, we've got some Thai in the house. It's great to have you here. Let me introduce to you one of my famous friends. This is one of my good friends, Andras. He's twice my age. Well, he was twice my age when we met. I'm a little bit older now. He can speak about 500,000 languages. No. Maybe not quite that many. However, he's a famous traveller from Hungary. Andras inspired me. Andras gave me the trouble bug, something bad. However, after I met him, I was inspired not just to travel to the places, but to really connect with the people everywhere I went. Now, I may have been around the world a little bit, just a little bit, but how many of you guys here today have passports? Can I get a show of hands? Who here has a passport? That's a pretty high number, that's good. That's good. Okay, now how many of you guys have travelled outside of China? Good, that's great. You know, I didn't get my first passport till I was 24. However, I've made up for it since then. I've been to around 70 countries or so, depends on how you count them. I'll go to 100 soon. But as my friend said, it's not having a passport, it's actually going out and getting those stamps. Now guys, I'd like to pass on a little inspiration to you. So I've been quite inspired by a lot of people in my travels. I've had some wild and exciting adventures. One time, I was strip searched in Japan for smuggling my Vegemite through customs. I didn't have any carry-on luggage. Sorry, I only had the carry-on luggage, so I had to smuggle it through in my trousers. It was a little bit embarrassing. Another time, I crossed this great famous bridge in Istanbul in a police car. I'd like to tell you all now, I don't have any criminal offences recorded in China. Yeah, don't forget guys, I told you not to watch the slides. So as you may have saw, this is a picture of myself in Africa. I spent 1 week in this village. I was the first guy these people saw walking through their village. They only ever saw white people driving past in safari buses. Now my friend Andras, this guy's been to 140 countries. He's part of my motivation for going more. So today I'd like to pass on to you a little inspiration, a little adventure, and hopefully after this some of you guys will join our great network. This was my home. When I was 8 years old, my parents sold our house. We bought a caravan. It was the late 80s, everybody said it was crazy. However, this isn't just a caravan. This is a mobile home. And with this, we left our homes and we travelled around Australia for what was to be a 6-month adventure. It was pretty lonely sometimes, not having any friends, I had to leave them all behind for my travels. However, then we would stop somewhere really cool, like a new beach or, I don't know, maybe a camel race. They're a little bit slower than horses, but they're much faster than panda bears. After 6 months, we sold that caravan. We bought a bus. I talk about exciting. This bus was dropping the kids off at school. We had to wait for it to get back, take out the seats, and then we converted it into a mobile home. Big bed down the back, bunk beds, lounge room, toilet, shower, bird cage, everything. And we traveled like this for the remaining 4 years. We went all across Australia, up and down, through the middle, everywhere. Places most people never ever get. It's funny, in between these places, there's a lot more places. This is me and my sister. Now you may wonder what happens to kids being brought up under these sorts of conditions, rather than the regular structure of school. I can assure you, me and my sister turned out quite fine. Later on we went to school. We didn't quite fit in at school. I don't know why. 40 years on the road, we come back in, the school system was a little bit difficult. But looking back now, I know why. Did you see our haircuts? They're terrible. Thanks, Mom. I don't think I want these mates anymore. This is my mum, dad, and my girlfriend. Later, we got married. I joined the army. Why? Because I met some soldiers that were peacekeeping in East Timor and rebuilding in the Middle East. These boys, they had their own community. They were rebuilding these countries, helping the local people, and at the same time getting paid. So I joined the army with 2 goals. 1, to be a successful soldier. 2, to be a successful investor. I turned out to do quite well in both of them. Soon after, I went to East Timor. Does anyone here know where East Timor is? Just as I thought. Now, if Andras was here, we would know where it was. Oh, that's scary, man. Maybe I shouldn't show you that slide. Anyone here know about drop bearers? Okay, 1 person does. So after East Timor, I returned back to Australia. That pretty wife I told you about, she left me. I come back from 6 months in East Timor to an empty house. All my friends gone. Life as I knew it, completely over. I hit rock bottom. I'll never forget breaking down crying in front of my mother and my sister in the street. And luckily, the army was pretty good to me. Life was totally messed up. Totally messed up. There was anger, frustration, depression, a bit of alcoholism. But luckily, the army, they sent me to a new city, Brisbane. Brisbane's a couple of thousand kilometres away, and I went down there and I tried to start a new life. But it turns out making new friends can be rather hard when you're an adult. You see, when I was a kid, we could just walk up to other kids in the camping grounds and say, want to play a game? Want to play Lego? Want to play cars? But when you're an adult, you can't really walk up to other adults in the street and say, want to play a game? Has anyone tried that before? I don't really know if it'll work. So, there I was in Brisbane, new city, recovering, hitting rock bottom, trying to get back up, trying to stand on my own feet again. It was rather difficult, especially without any good friends. But then I found this amazing hospitality exchange network. Yes, it's a couchsurfing. I found it and it probably saved my life. Well, maybe not quite saved my life, but it definitely saved me from alcoholism and a whole wide range of other problems. So with this couchsurfing, I started inviting strangers into my house. Now, how many people here have invited strangers into their house before? Now, did those strangers leave as good friends or medium friends? Okay, some medium friends, some are good friends. Now, when strangers come to your house, it's a great, instant, quick way to make new friends and learn about the world. I've had about 100 people stay with me, and I've stayed on maybe 100-200 couches around the world. 99% success rate. Not to mention the value of local advice. That's where the drop bear comes in. These creatures are dangerous, but we have so many dangerous animals in Australia that most people don't know about them. Yeah, this is me in Afghanistan. You see, after I joined couchsurfing, I got to go somewhere really cool. Here in Afghanistan, we were rebuilding, building mosques, schools, stuff like that. Despite all the peacekeeping and rebuilding, we still had a few lost lives. I think I went to about 13 funerals in 6 months. So naturally, we had an us and them mentality. But luckily, I came back alive. All my colleagues came back alive. Not so many others. Anyway, I won't really talk about that here. That's a whole new topic. So, in Afghanistan, soldiers all around the world, we have an us and them mentality. We're the soldiers, we're rebuilding, peacekeeping. Yeah, it's pretty natural that this happens, that there's a barrier. Even though we're there trying to do great things for the people, there's still a barrier. Then after Afghanistan, I went traveling. I went traveling to this place here. This is between Turkey and Iraq. I actually used couchsurfing in most of the Middle East. Syria, Lebanon, Israel, Jordan, Oman, UAE, yeah, and a few other cool places, most of the Middle East. So, with this couchsurfing, I had this amazing trip from Iraq to Turkey. Or Turkey to Iraq. This is us on the Iraqi border. Yes, I backpacked through Iraq. It was awesome. The Iraqi and the Kurdish people, they took such good care of me. This is from my Chinese friends here. I know you guys love food. You know what? These are the Kurdish people. Most people don't know what Kurdish people are. Now the Turkish and the Kurdish people were extremely nice to me. And you know, the Arabs, they were very nice to me as well. This is Palestine after the Israeli occupation, getting smaller and smaller. Yet when I was in Israel, I met amazing people as well. All around the world, I've met amazing people. This is one of my favorite places, Iran. Lisa, just down here, one of the TEDx organizers, young Chinese woman, just came back from Iran. Some of the most warm-hearted people I met in the world. While I was there, I met a guy. A totally amazing guy. This guy I was with, I can't show you this photo. It's Iran, I'm sorry. He was taken prisoner of war during the Iraq-Iran conflict. He was held prisoner of war and tortured for 4 years under the Saddam Hussein regime. And there we were, hanging out in the desert, looking for nomads. That's when it really hit me. It's not us and them. It's just us. See, we may have some different facial features or different hair, different color skin, but we're all the same, really. Now, we use couchsurfing.com. We also have bewelcome.org. I support both of these organizations. One's not for profit, one is. They're both great networks. So I've got a little webpage, allnewtravel.com. Here I've got information about both networks, Airbnb, Woofing, and a pile of other hospitality networks. I also put in links to find the cheapest air tickets around the world. Traveling for about 9 years now, I found a few shortcuts on how to save money. So you can check that out later if you like. It'll be in Chinese and English. Now I'd like to introduce you to a couple of other amazing people in our network. Now I'm giving you not quite the best presentation here. I have to make sure that you guys can understand. So I speak rather fast. I speak Australian. How you doing, mate? Australian lingo is terrible. You know what? We don't even realise we have an accent. We talk fast. We put our words together. We leave out the spaces. And then we look at you strange because you don't understand. Guys, this is Flowfish. Flowfish has been an inspiration to me. He's had over 1,000 people stay in his house. It's probably a complete underestimate. Probably thousands. Every time I visit him, he has like 5 people staying in his house. This guy is on the biggest heights in the world. This is Temi. Hong Kong blood, lives in America. She's about to go to her 100th country. She's made a business out of this as well. She's a fashion travel photographer now. She has her own website. She travels around the world. How awesome is that? 100 countries. She's going to Oman soon. That'll be the 100th country. So next few months. This is one of my best mates, Darren. This guy inspires people wherever he goes. In Australia, he's also hosted. Actually, he's probably hosted and shared his life with thousands of people. He inspires people everywhere he's going with his philosophy on brutal optimism. John, this guy's an internet guru. I sit on his yacht. He goes sailing. I watch him working while drinking red wine on the boat. He's taught me it's about lifestyle. It's not about the big money if you're not enjoying what you're doing. It's about lifestyle. You've got to enjoy your life and be happy. As our friends from Toastmasters said before, lifestyle and being happy. This is a rock band. Sorry, I slept with a rock band. This is my boy Edwin. We went together to Macau and Hong Kong. We were doing a not-for-profit film. On returning to Manila, he's at truemanila.com and he's had over 500 people volunteer in his organisation. My boy Sammy, he started couchsurfing when he was 18. 180 people have stayed in his house. He was 18. Now, I'll see if this works. Play. Uh-oh. So we also have groups. This is the Kuala Lumpur group if it works. So the groups is a great feature of couchsurfing. We meet individuals, we invite strangers to our homes, and we also have get-togethers. Shanghai Couchsurfing Community is the first community, I believe, in the world to start their own community centre, helping the young business-minded couchsurfers when they come to China. That's putting the different websites and people all into motion together. They may be doing a community centre in Beijing as well. Absolutely amazing. So these are the guys in Malaysia. Just a normal day in Malaysian couchsurfing life. Ordinary people like you and me. Ordinary people doing extraordinary things. The Shanghai Couchsurfing, 12 meetings, over 12 meetings a month. You can be in it. It's really easy. It's free. Society taught me this. Who's been taught don't talk to strangers? But the hospitality networks, they taught me something different. Strangers are generally pretty nice people. We simply haven't had the pleasure of meeting yet. So guys, get out there and meet the people around you. There's no need to be shy. We're all human first. There's no reason to hold your possessions. You see in many TED Talks, collaboration. Share with each other. Say hello to your neighbours. What have you got to lose? Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Any audience have a question to ask Andrew? No? Okay, I have a question. I really want to know how do you make money and how much money you spend with traveling?
I spent... I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue how much money I've spent in the last 4 or 5 years. Could be 40,000 US dollars, could be 60. I'm not actually quite sure. It's a fair bit, but I make money while I travel. I was an investor before and helped show people do this. What you guys need to do if you want to travel long term or want to do really good in life, I feel, from my opinion, you need to invest. You need to invest in yourself. Now you can do that by like buying a house or saving money hard. You can also invest in good education. You can also invest in things such as Toastmasters. So when you go there, you're actually investing in yourself. So now my business, I'll introduce you guys to my business. I am the business, yeah. All my life I've worked on myself, improving my skills, improving my brain, doing a little meditation, talking to older people and respecting them. And most of all, listening to younger people as well. Also, I'll introduce one friend of mine, Taylor. Taylor's one of the most craziest travellers in the world. So he's travelled about twice as much as me. I didn't know how he slide up on the screen because it's a bit of a sensitive subject to me. Taylor's one of the most active couch surfers in the world, and he just died a couple of weeks ago. He was hitchhiking across Chad in Africa and hit by a truck. Now Taylor's travelled twice as much as me, but he invested a different way. He's a professional performer. You see, he can make money anywhere, and he makes it in the local currency. Out goes the hut, out come the juggling balls. Yeah, just juggling. Now whenever he needs money, he pulls out his juggling balls and does it. People give him money in the local currency, what more could you ask for? He's also got some other tricks. I also know some travelling musicians. They invested in their passion, which was their instrument. And through that, they funded all their world travels. Yeah, rest in peace, Taylor. One more question. One more question for you guys. Does anyone have a couch available tonight?
He does.
Okay, I may have one. Or two. 2 couches. Anyone else got an open couch available? Anywhere in China. 3 couches available near SuZhou. 4 couches available in SuZhou. Anyone else got a couch open for a stranger? Anybody else? 5? Miller, do you have a couch open at the moment, or Leo?
$1,000.
$1,000? I'm not selling myself! Okay, that's 6 couches available in this room. Lowell, Paris, these guys having my presentation. You guys have had couches open for strangers? Couches open for strangers, that's 8. Yep. These ladies here, these are the other couchsurf ambassadors. These are the real ambassadors. Yeah. We've got 3 of them here today. Samantha, Kaylee, and Miller. These are the official couchsurfing ambassadors.
We have Hangzhou moderator here as well.
And Hangzhou. This is 4 couchsurfing ambassadors. Now these guys have travelled a bit. I'm not actually a real ambassador. I'm just used it in like 50, 60 countries. Yeah, so that's 10, 11, 12 couches available. 13 couches. 14 couches. 14 couches available in the room.
And counting.
Okay, cheers guys. Anyone got like a big long bed?
Okay, the next speaker we